We have tested a lot of gear this past year, and some of it goes into our regular rotation and some of it has not.
While a lot of this gear may not have made it into our setup, that doesn't mean it might not make it into yours.
Because it's not bad gear. We do want to let you know that every single one of these products was given to us for review. If you want to know how we handle free products, you can go check out this link on our website.
We have 2 inflatable lanterns. These are by Built Right. This one is going to go into our everyday setup, already has, but this one is not. This one actually is the big brother. It's pretty big, but it also has a little solar panel on here. Just blow into them. And then there's an LED strip inside there. But this red light is the reason why this one is staying in our kit and this one is not. This one is only white. Another bonus is it has magnets on it. So like when we were at the festival or when we were at the expos, we would put on the red light at night and then stick that up there, and then our van glows red and it's easy for everybody to find. Let me show you this big one. I think these would be perfect for families because these things are super fun to use, even for adults. So you turn it on, you have this big like lightsaber light thing. This one has multiple magnets in it, so you can stick it on, and this one you can stick on sideways, where the little one only has 1 magnet. This is really good for like throwing it in your tent because it like provides that ambient light. We've stuck it in under the bed before and it creates some nice light. Also, it's be fun for kids to take out. Another reason why this made it into our kit is sometimes we don't want to use our undercarriage lights because we don't want to expend the power from the battery. But like here, we want people to know right when they come down this road that we're down here. So I can stick this red light on and then I can just stick it up there. And it's actually very visible at night. In our testing, this has easily lasted 12 hours, so it lasts overnight fine. Collapses down, you just hit that button, and it all just lets the air out. And then you're in with this little small thing, and we just throw that up in our cabinet.
One of Greg's favorite things that we've got, and we store it right up in our cupboard here.
This X3 mini fan is surprisingly powerful. I was super surprised. This little fan just goes nuts. It has 3 different settings. And one thing we discovered with this is like the ultimate thing to keep your campfire or actually to start a campfire. There's the low, but the word of advice is do not use it on high power because you will blow embers like 10 miles away and start like a million forest fires. It's a very strange tool to take camping, but one thing I have found is it blows off the van that keeps the dust and everything off. It's on high power now. You can see the dust is just caked on here. Not anymore. It just makes washing easier when you get to an actual car wash. Plus it's super fun to do. One thing last to say, it is chargeable by USB-C. It's nice and compact. It also has a couple different attachments that come on. And there's one that has like a longer hose, or longer nozzle. But this one is kind of the universal that I like. We are going to take this Max Air fan vent out, and you can see it's kind of nasty. We're going to see if the little blower will do a number on it. There, look at that. That worked 100%. And that didn't require any nasty chemicals.
Next up is the Chillbo Lazybone couch. This is inflatable. As you can see by its package size, it's not something that's going to be traveling everywhere with us in the van. This is something that you'd probably want for like a expo or that day trip to the beach, or definitely a festival, because it's a nice big hangout lounge. I'll put links for everything in order down in the description below so it's easy for you to find.
This is a strange one for camping, but there's definitely a subset of people that could really use something like this. We are one of them. If you will have to charge everything under the sun, whether it be drones, multiple cameras, lights, this is a good option. And this basically is an 8-port charger. It does use 110. We often will use this if we're driving, and we'll just plug it in and charge everything under the sun all at once. The big benefit of this charger, at the top you've got a 100-watt output, a 35, and then a bunch of 45s, and then you got a USB-A at the bottom. So it puts out a ton of power. Beware, this thing gets very hot when you are pumping out a lot of power, but it's super nice to be able to charge everything all at once.
I know a lot of people say don't bring electronics while you're camping, but in reality, they actually do. I know in campgrounds in the bathrooms, they normally have one outlet where you can plug in two things. With this, you can use one outlet, but plug in a whole bunch of things to charge. Next up is the tactical trowel. We don't actually keep this in our everyday kit only because we have a little mini shovel, and of course we have a toilet in there. But this would be something that would be useful for car camping. It actually has multiple features. It's not just for digging a poop hole. It has this paracord around the base, so if you needed some string, you got it right there. Right along the side, it's got a saw, and right alongside here, this is pretty sharp, but it also has some measuring stick in it, plus a bottle opener. Yes, this does have a saw on it, but it's not for your campfire wood. It's for cutting up roots when you're digging your hole. I do want to point out that a lot of trowels are plastic, but this is metal.
Next up, we have a whole new classification of lights that seem to have popped up. And this one, strangely, they come in their own carrying case. I'm gonna dump this carrying case, but this light actually is gonna make it into our rotation because I really like the build quality. It feels actually metal. I was talking to Kelly a second ago, I'm like, is this metal or plastic? We're all thinking on it. It's plastic, but it has a really heavy metal feel to it. It does have a metal outer rim here, or this handle, but it puts out a ton of light. This thing has a 20,000 milliamp battery, so it lasts forever. It's inexpensive. You can actually use it to charge other things. I really like the readout it gives. It gives actual percentage. There's none of that like 3 dots worth of battery left. It's like, how much do we know? Like this has 95%. It also has a memory, so when you switch modes, so if you click the mode button, you can switch cycle through. And by far, this one is the best light it outputs. But it will remember the lumen settings that it was set to. The best one is it has a threaded little screw hole there. If you flip it all the way around, I can attach it to our monopod and it gives a nice camp light. Also, you can tilt it out, so you're lighting up this area, but you're not lighting up that area. That's one thing I don't like about some of those lights. They'll have 360 degree of light, and it's like, I don't need to light those people up over there. I want to light our stuff up.
If you're looking for a compact double burner stove and you don't want to spend the money on the Jetboil Genesis, this might be one for you. It actually has the 2 burners, and it comes with also a little grill plate. So you got double sides. This way you can burn or cook, hopefully not burn, your food on double burners if needed. It uses your standard green bottle propane tank and it connects right here.
There are 2 reasons why this hasn't made it into our everyday kit, and there's a lot of bugs flying around. 1, we don't normally cook 2 things at once. We're just not that fancy. And then 2, we primarily use propane when we're cooking out here. If we have to cook inside and not cooking on electricity, we will use butane.
This is a Fire Dance oil lantern, and it does take oil, and it's pretty cool actually. The flames make like a little mountain range. It's actually pretty neat. It might be pretty obvious why this isn't in our everyday kit, because it does take oil and we are bouncing around a lot in that thing. But this will be coming out on special occasions because it is pretty cool. This would be good for those emergency preppers. It has a light and you can actually cook on it as well, or those people that want that flickering light that oil lanterns provide.
Got our timer set. We'll set this on top and start our timer. We're at the 4-minute mark. We got a little bit of steam coming off there. I don't see any bubbles yet, but we'll put it back on. If you're looking for an official boil, it looks like it's right around the 10-minute mark. This is a Hatchet by HX Outdoors, and this has made it into our everyday kit, primarily because it is extremely sharp. And I never had one that was extremely sharp before, and it's actually a whole new level of hatchet. On the back of the axe, it's got an area that you could use as a hammer if you needed to. It's got this hole right here, so you can put your hand through it and you can grab it just like that. And that way you can shave down kindling and stuff to make like fire starter, which works pretty cool. On the bottom, this is probably the only thing I would change, and they actually make one that doesn't have this on there. There's kind of like this wedge nail puller thing. I don't have a use for this, and it's a little bit of a hazard because it's actually sharp too and it doesn't have anything to cover it. So far I've been pretty happy with the way it's keeping a nice sharp edge, and now it is a sharp edge, so when you're using something like this you need to be super careful. My old hatchet, I could literally hit my arm as hard as I could and I don't think it would have cut it at all. This very different story. And then the Kydex sheath, you know, totally covers this blade. And it slides right in. So not only is it protected from, you know, hurting you, but when I throw it into my gear, it's not going to destroy anything in there. It does have a clasp on the back that you could use to put around a belt in case you wanted to be super tactical like that and carry around your hatchet. This is the little 100-watt solar panel by NewsMe, and the funny thing is 100 watts used to be huge, and now it's not really that big. The one we keep in the van is 180, and that's actually kind of small. But let me show you one of the features I like about this panel. Well, this one has a couple cool features. First of all, it's compact size, and this is 100 watts. One of its best features, though, is that it comes with this cable. And oftentimes these solar manufacturers will make you buy a whole separate cable. They'll usually come with just this, you know, just these MC4 connectors, and you would have to figure out your own way. Well, if you try and plug this into your Blue Eddy or your Jackery, it's not going to. But it has this like a mega multi thing on the top. This is your barrel connector that you'll charge your Jackery with. Boom. And then this is the connector you would use to charge your Blue Eddy. And it all comes right with the panel, and it all fits right inside this bag. Funny thing is I stole this cable, and we keep it in the back of the van. It's just a great cable, so it lives permanently in the van. This panel is kind of part-time for our setup. We have a 65-watt panel that we used to use for the Jackery, and now we use this 100-watt panel. So it actually charges this thing really well. And let me show you how easy it is to set up. They did stick some magnets on the top there, and it has Velcro on the bottom on this side. The one con of this panel is it is a it has 4 panels, and the more panels you add, the more unwieldy they get. And this has the cutest little legs. There you go. It's your simple 100-watt panel. Another benefit of this panel is easy to deploy. It's super easy to put away. Boom, all done. There's one thing I don't like about the trend on some of the solar panels lately is they use this material. I don't know what it is, but it's a little bit soft. It looks super cool, but it picks up dirt really bad. This is other panel that we have that we use quite a bit, and you can just see how ratty it looks. And it just sucks up the dirt, and it doesn't clean off that well. So keep that in mind. This is one of our new favorite solar panels. We're not going to talk about it today, but I wanted to at least show it to you. This is a Zoop W panel. It's only 180 watts, but it blows the doors off of that 200-watt Bouge RV. It's got some newfangled technology in there. I think it's like 25% efficient instead of 23, but we need to do some more testing, and we'll let you know later.
This is the Combola Strong Magnet. And when I say strong, I mean strong. It's actually kind of hard to get apart. You got to watch your little fingers too. What this is good for is if, say, you wanted to hang something up, you put it here on your bug screen, and then it comes with a little hook. And so you can like hang a towel or whatever. You can easily put it through here. Or your awning, if you wanted to hang some lanterns, you could just magnet it there. You could also use it just as a magnet as well. It is super strong. And of course, you can use it as separate magnets as well. If you need to hook something up, you can just do it on your metal. Or maybe you needed it to attach a piece of paper for a reminder. You could use that as well. These will be staying in the van, but just remember they are super strong and they will pinch your fingers. I actually just pinched mine just a little bit ago. It actually hurts. Let me know which one was your favorite and which one would definitely not be in your setup. You can go watch this video next. You can find us at explorertrekadventure.com, and we'll see you next time.